Hey guys, I heard a cool joke. What do you get when you have Superman, Captain America, Captain Marvel, all in the same movie?
The Avengers.
No. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Let's get it. I'm Phil.
I'm Chuck.
I'm Esteban.
And we are diving right into Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I got to tell you, I've been waiting for this day, and
yeah,
I know you know that I've been waiting for this day because it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, no, it's a good movie, except for one thing.
Oh, here we go.
Michael Cera.
The lead is terrible. Michael Cera is horrible.
Okay.
Horrible.
Do you think that's a good thing to say about someone?
So we have a differing opinion on this. My opinion is that Michael Cera was born to play this role.
Fuck no.
Because Scott Pilgrim is all of the things that Michael Cera is. He's wimpy and nerdy, and he doesn't treat women well. Like
Michael Cera was born to work in an accounting firm.
Yeah, well,
he's got all the appeal. He's got all the appeal of a dead wombat.
I'm not a piece of meat.
Let's be honest. He's not a leading man. No. And while you're saying
he's
all
not.
the things
you're
saying
right. You're right. He's
are not inaccurate, when you watch this film and you see Ramona Flowers and you see his ex-girlfriend played by Brie Larson, and you see even Knives, okay? Any of these girls, I'm like, why would they date Michael Cera? Because they wouldn't.
No.
I've lived in the real world. Those girls don't date Michael Cera.
Right?
Right. Well,
unless he's in Hollywood and famous, because I'm sure he dates girls like that because he's a millionaire and a Hollywood actor.
Oh my God, if I don't fuck Michael Cera tonight, I'm gonna blow my brains out.
What?
Fucking pale, 110 pounds, hairless, probably has a huge cock, coked out of his mind.
You can do a lot better.
Sure, yeah.
It's just a general dude from Canada living in a basement with Kieran Culkin. Just isn't going to date those kind of girls. They're not going to date him. He's a tool.
You're not wrong, but you brought up a really cool point. Kieran Culkin in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's spectacular.
Is so stinking
he's
good.
Awesome. He's the best character in the film.
He is. He's entertaining every single time.
I love Kieran Culkin in this movie.
You know, this film should have been called Michael Cera versus himself.
Well,
he's his worst enemy.
You're not wrong. That's part of the character of Scott Pilgrim is he is his own worst enemy.
At the end of the day, he is the last final X.
Yeah.
Right. And he fights himself at the end.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't actually fight himself. He kind of bros out with himself.
Right.
Bros out. So
yes.
Spoilers.
Spoiler.
For a 12-year-old movie.
It came out a long time ago.
But either way, that's actually brings up another great point is the symbolism in the movie. It's just chock full. Every time I watch this movie, I see something different. And each of the X's has their number on them in some way, shape, or form. Lucas Lee, played by Chris Evans, has the logo with the 2. It's a little more blatantly obvious with Superman. Todd, he's literally wearing a shirt that says 3 on it.
Sure.
But each and every one of them has something notating which evil X they are.
Sure.
Scott Pilgrim has a 0. He wears a 0 the entire movie.
Well, he is a 0.
I dislike you, capiche?
Well, not just because he has a Smashing Pumpkins t-shirt on. He is a 0.
Yeah, well, exactly, and it's Smashing Pumpkins.
He's a loser. He's a 0.
And I have to say, I did enjoy the movie. The writing was
great.
The writing was spectacular. The special effects were spot on. The theme, the tone, the music, everything was great.
Sure.
I honestly don't enjoy.
Well, I mean, it's written and directed by Edgar Wright.
It's Edgar Wright,
You
so
know,
it's going to be
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
But,
and he made a fantastic film. One thing that I really love in this movie is the transitions. The transitions are spot on. They're
my God, yeah.
epically well done.
They're so cool.
And he flawlessly combines a video game world and the real world into one thing.
Yes.
Which is you don't see very often, right?
Well, and tons of video game sound effects. Like he begged Nintendo to use Legend of Zelda stuff because he said it was the the nursery rhyme of a generation. And he's not wrong.
He's absolutely
Well,
right.
Universal Studios opening in 8-bit in the very beginning.
Yep.
Oh my God, yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
so cool.
it's a lot of cool throwbacks or homage or whatever to a video game incorporated into this. You know, with the one-ups and the verses and all that stuff, the flying through the air.
What are you doing? Getting a life, and he's
Right.
grabbing a one-up out of the air.
Right.
It's
Spectacular.
super cool.
Great writing.
Yeah, no, it's fabulous.
But another aspect of that is the music. So obviously this centers around a band, Scott Pilgrim's band.
We are Sex Bob, and we're here to make you think about death and get sad and stuff.
But also several other bands that are in the film. And a lot of the music that was written for the movie was written by Beck.
Nice, I didn't know that.
Told you I'd circle back to Lose.
Well, of course you
That's
do.
pretty great.
I mean, he does have
Circle
2
back.
turntables and a microphone, although Phil only has 1.
That's true. I
And
only
3
have one.
microphones. Well, 4.
I have lots
The
of
4th one's not on
microphones,
here,
but
right? Sure,
yeah.
I'm just talking on set.
Yeah.
How many microphones?
It's only 4, yeah.
But and also one of those bands, I think it's Crash is the name of the one.
Crash and the Boys.
Crash and the Boys.
Yes.
So the guy who plays Crash, I never knew this the first time I watched it, is the lead in a show called Continuum,
Yep.
which is and it's a Canadian produced sci-fi show.
That is a great show.
And he's the lead in it. And I watched it, I'm like, hey, it's the Continuum kid. And I'd never seen him in anything else.
Right.
And then I watched this. I was like, wow. And this is not the first time I've seen this movie, but it never clicked before.
Yeah.
You bring up a great point, man. The cast of this show, the cast of this movie, rather.
Brilliant.
Anna Kendrick, Chris Evans.
Yeah.
You know, you see all these faces that.
Aubrey Plaza,
Aubrey
Brie Larson.
Plaza.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just keep going. Brandon Roth. I mean, there's a ton of people in this film.
Yes,
and
there
Mrs.
are.
Kenobi, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Absolutely.
I learned that today.
He stole my line.
I had no idea. Yeah, I did.
I loved you.
I had no idea. So
I wasn't even
had
going to
throw
go
it in
there, but that's okay.
I did. I stole his line.
In clear daylight.
He stole my line.
But you're absolutely right. The cast is spectacular.
Yes, it is.
I wanted to get back to the music of the film. You
Yeah.
mentioned Crash and the Boys and him being
They have a girl drummer.
all of the bands have a girl drummer.
Interesting.
Every last band has a
Didn't
girl drummer.
notice that.
Which is interesting because they make a big deal out of it when Crash and the Boys are, they have a girl drummer. Well, every band in the movie has a girl drummer. So
That's awesome.
it is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But what really struck me is when I watch a movie with bands in it, as a musician myself, it kind of bothers me when they're just kind of miming it and it's not really doing anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Each and every one of the actors learned their instruments, learned the songs, and actually played them.
I mean, it should bother you that Michael Cera's a bassist because you're a bassist.
Well-
to be equated to Michael Cera would drive me crazy.
So, Superman is also a bassist in this film.
Well, the fake Superman is not Henry Cavill.
No.
That's true. Well, Brandon Roth, he played Superman in a Superman movie. But either way.
Did he, though?
Yeah, he did. It's Superman Returns. You guys not seen this?
Yeah, I've seen it.
We have seen it.
I've seen it.
I'm
course.
sorry, you were saying.
Yes. Either way, the funny thing about that, Michael Cera being a bass player, is he was a bass player going into this and had to kind of dumb down his playing style because everybody else was not as experienced.
Yeah, the bass battle, he really sucked.
Well, he was terrible.
Oh, he was awful.
Yeah, the bass battle is the one scene I take exception to because it's really terrible bass playing on Michael Cera's part.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, he has no prayer in that battle.
Chuck's got nothing on this one.
Not surprised.
He has no prayer in that battle, mostly because Todd's a vegan.
That's
Well,
true.
he's got the vegan superpowers, but they get revoked
do.
by the Punisher
Little
comes and
half
takes
and
them
half.
away.
Little half and half is all it takes.
Well, by the Punisher and
The great character actor.
the guy from Boondock Saints 2.
He's been in a million things.
Well, yeah, and Westworld. He's in a
tons of
bunch of stuff. I can't think of his name right now, but Chuck will put it up here.
He'll put it right there.
Yeah,
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
I do what I want.
you can do what you want, but you know you want to do that.
Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
So it's gonna happen. I'm just.
That wasn't
Challenge accepted.
Like you said several times before, the integration of both live action and video games really takes a leap forward in this, and is primarily due to Edgar Wright's vision of this movie.
Oh yeah, no, everything about the way the production was planned, the way they filmed it, the way they integrated the special effects, it's totally believable that they're living in a video game.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
And that takes a lot from the source material. Brian Lee O'Malley wrote the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World comic book series, and added a lot of. He was on set, you know. He helped Edgar Wright get to that point of creating this world, because it was his world. He knew it intimately.
Yeah.
Heck, even the character that Anna Kendrick plays was based on someone he knew named Stacy. Stacy Pilgrim is her character's name, in case you guys didn't know.
No, I knew that. I saw it.
And wears, when she's working at the coffee place, wears a name tag saying Stacy that was actually taken from the real life inspiration for the character Stacy.
Oh, nice.
I'm full of useless knowledge on this movie. I've loved it for a long time.
I just want to. So, do you know, Phil? Who did Michael Cera know to get into this movie?
Because
he couldn't possibly have been the best person to cast.
Yeah, he did not win an audition spot.
I mean, I can think of 5 actors off the top of my head who have been better than Michael Cera. The first one I proposed, number 5, would be Adam Driver. I could totally see a young Kylo Ren, way more cooler and athletic to be in the fight scenes.
He does have that nerdy quality to him.
I think he would bring a more
that.
presence to that role. Sure. My fourth one, I would submit Justin Long.
Me or
equally as nerdy, but again, I think a little bit more suited to a role. Better actor.
He is a better actor, but I think he's more. I don't know what it is. It's a quality about Justin Long. He's a little more like over the top and kind of zany, and
he is.
It's a low key character.
He is, but I think he could do it better.
Sure.
Number 3 on my list, Josh Radnor, Ted Mosby. For those of you who don't know who Josh Radnor is, Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother.
Hi, have you met Ted?
Hi.
I'm Ted.
That one I can see.
Yep. And then the next on my list, number 2, also from How I Met Your Mother, Jason Segel.
That's 2.
Who played Marshall.
Yep.
I could see him as well. But my number 1 would have been Ryan Reynolds.
But why?
And Ryan Reynolds in 2010, from Canada, it takes place in Canada.
It does.
Is perfection.
You know what? You're right.
The other side of Canada, however, Ryan Reynolds is Vancouver. It takes place in
Americans
Toronto.
Don't know.
Oh, well, I do. I'm American.
You know, because we live north of Canada. That's right. For you people who don't live in Michigan, we're north
of
Canada.
Live north of Canada. Yes.
Yes, science.
But the rest of the United States in general wouldn't really. They'd be like, "Oh, Canada, cool."
You okay, Hoser?
I'm your father, Luke. Give in to the dark side of the Force, you knob.
He saw Jedi 17 times, eh?
Yeah, Canadians.
Yeah.
Well, and at the time, initially when you gave me your list, I wholeheartedly disagreed with Ryan Reynolds, only because I'm thinking Ryan Reynolds today.
Yeah, not 2010 Ryan
But
Reynolds.
2010 Ryan Reynolds, I can see it. He's a little too pretty, I think.
Maybe.
But I get where you're going there. I mean, he can play a nerd too. I mean,
play a nerd. He would be
a nerd.
in the action scenes. Michael Cera, I just don't see him that role.
Well, I can tell you, I was very impressed, and I agree with you, because Michael Cera is an action star.
Totally miscast.
Who thought of that?
I don't know.
However, in the fight scenes, he does well.
Sure, CGI and stunt doubles.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. The sword fighting scene at the very end, where he's fighting against Gideon. It's a cool scene.
But even the rest of it, so even and I'll give you that. I agree.
Yeah.
But the rest of it doesn't lead for me the build up to believe that that's him.
Sure.
The rest of the movie.
I mean, I get you. We're circling right back around to the main point, which is it's a great movie, but Michael Cera being in it, it could have been a better movie.
Takes it down a notch.
Yeah, it just didn't do it for me.
It's still one of my favorites.
It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it's almost like a comic book.
It's like watching a live comic book. Yes.
It is a live action comic book video game.
It's kind of like a predecessor for like Into the Spider-Verse, which is actually really like watching a comic book.
Sure.
Absolutely.
You know, and this is like, I would say even it's more parallel because I would say that, as you just said, Phil, I think it's like watching someone living in a video game.
Yeah, absolutely. And unlike Ready Player One or Free Guy or, you know, all these places where we see somebody actually living a video game,
it's different.
It's more real world, and it's just kind of...
Because Ready Player One is people going into a simulation, right, with all the haptics and virtual reality and all that, and living a different life in that world. This is your life as a video game.
Your life as a video game.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
I know exactly what you mean.
So a little closer to Free Guy in that way.
Yeah.
But again, it still has that element where you're going into a video game.
I think it's a pretty unique film.
It's
in that regard.
It is very unique and just fun to watch. I love
I don't
this
disagree.
Had a lot of fun watching it.
Well, good.
Yep.
What else we got? Anything else?
That's all I got.
All right. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up then.
Yeah.
I would like to remind you, check us out, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that good stuff. We are out there. Yeah. Remember that likes are free. You can like the video. Doesn't cost you a dime. Comment. Let us know what you think of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And as always, make sure that you share it with all your nerd friends so they can join in the party as well. And with that, we will say...
What's on your nerd card?